So I know many of you are familiar with the Kansas City Steak Company. They're one of the premier steak companies that ships directly to your home. For those that are not familiar, the Kansas City Steak Company has been in business since 1932. It started as a butcher shop back in Kansas City. From the beginning, they created high standards to ensure customers received the most delicious steaks possible. Always starts with a great product, and of course, preparing a memorable meal at home starts by selecting the perfect cut for your occasion. With Kansas City Steaks, focus on quality. You know, whatever cut you choose will be the highest quality. Now, a great steak, I love a great steak myself, and it's not defined by a single attribute, but by a combination of factors. Here's some of the things to look for when selecting the perfect steak. Of course, rest assured, Kansas City Steaks is carefully selecting and cutting steaks to ensure you are fully satisfied. The guy we have with us on the line right now is the Director of Corporate Sales for the Kansas City Steak Company. His name is Paul Geekas. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, my pleasure to be here. I'm doing great today.
Well, Paul, I have to say I am a huge fan of steaks. I probably eat too many myself. I keep you guys in business.
That's not even possible.
Yes, but can you talk to me a little bit about how important aging is and how important and how imperative that is to eating a good steak and what you guys do with that?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, aging is one of the most important factors in having a great steak. So it really comes from having, starting with great cattle. So, we're very careful to make sure that we are working with great ranchers and we bring in great cattle. And so we make sure that as we process that, the aging process is something that's very important to make sure you have a full-flavored, tender steak. In a grocery store, a lot of times you don't know how long that steak has been aged. So a lot of times they're rushing that to the market. So we take the great care of aging our steaks up to 28 days. And what that does is it really breaks down a lot of the components and makes it a very tender steak. So it results in the best steaks that you can get. Aging is critical.
So when I take a look at buying a steak, I'm always thinking about the marbling. Talk to me about the marbling process or the typical marbling that comes with a Kansas City steak.
Yeah, so again, you go back to the cattle, and we make sure we're working with those ranchers. The ranchers are providing beautiful corn-finished products, cattle for us, and that creates the marbling that you look for. And the marbling, what it does is it melts into the steak as it's cooked, and it creates that moist and juicy outcome that you're looking for. Really, a flavorful steak is determined by how much marbling and what kind of marbling you have.
So talk to me a little bit about proper freezing and thawing, because I, for one, have no idea how to do that properly in my own kitchen. Give us a little information on that.
Yeah, so what we've found over time is that it's critical that you, as you're cutting a steak and freezing it, that you want to flash freeze it and get it to a coldest component possible quickly. So what we have is what we call our flavor lock system. So it's a scientifically tested system. We cut our product to perfect specifications. We trim it nicely. We cut it to specifications. And then we flash freeze it. The flash freezing locks in that flavor where the steaks are in the perfect condition. We cryo back those steaks, flash freeze them, and then when we go to ship them, so we're shipping them, directly to the recipient, arrives at their front door, delivered it with dry ice. So when they arrive, they are in perfect condition. They should be right at the point where they've been aged perfectly, they've been flash frozen, cryovac, shipped to the consumer, and they are ready to be enjoyed at the home. And our cryovac also helps avoid freezer burn. So we really believe when you thaw those steaks out, and we recommend it slow thawing, you thaw them out in the refrigerator overnight, follow the directions that are in our steak book, you will end up with a perfect steak. So that's really one of the keys to a great steak is the proper freezing and thawing.
Okay, so I purchased a steak. The steak has been delivered to my home, and now I am curious about preparing it. Will Kansas City Steak Company show me a couple of good ways to properly prepare the steak?
Absolutely, another good question. So when we ship our steak packages out, all of them are shipped with a 36-page steak booklet. This booklet provides great information about the Kansas City Steak Company. We talk about the products we sell, In the book, it provides cooking tips, recipes, entertaining ideas, and a whole lot more. So there's a lot of great information that comes directly. If you have any questions as you're trying to decide how to cook that at home, you can also refer back to our website, kansascitysteaks.com, and there you'll find even more information on recipes, videos that we have, and a lot more on our website.
I'm getting actually quite hungry listening to this. If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Paul Geekas. He is the director of corporate sales for the Kansas City Steak Company. I know personally myself, I love a good steak, nothing better. Can you talk to me a little bit about, is it easy to order with you guys? As you know, some companies, it's really a headache when you got to order a bunch of steaks. You don't know how that ordering process is going to go. How does it work for you guys?
Yeah, we get a lot of compliments about our website. So we know one of the most important considerations is how easy is it to order. So we spent a lot of time developing a website. A lot of people say, first of all, there's some visuals on there that people love. And so, the products sell themselves. But we also know that it's very easy to kind of navigate the system, choose the right steaks. We also have steaks, pork, chicken, roast, seafood, sides, desserts, and really a whole lot more out there available. So a wide variety, great selection. And so whether you're going to buy for family meals, for a special occasion, maybe you're buying a gift for a friend or a relative, or if you're in business, maybe it's a colleague, we really believe that our website is perfectly situated for all the right products, easy to order, and then we take care of the rest to make sure that the product arrives for you in great condition.
All right, so Paul, right now people are thinking safety first, considering the circumstances. What does the Kansas City Steak Company do to ensure that the products are safely delivered, safely eaten, that the products are following all these safety guidelines and safety compliance guidelines?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that. So the Kansas City Steak Company, we maintain high standards on products all throughout the year. So, we think that's a extremely important component in our business. We also know during these times, we're sure of two things. Food is bringing families together, and the Kansas City Steak Company is proud to provide you with high-quality steak and premium gourmet products. We know you're likely spending more time at home, eating more meals at home, and looking for satisfying and delicious options to feed your family. We know that, you may be looking for gifts as well to celebrate occasions, and especially now when you're not there in person. The Kansas City Steak Company is really a safe and convenient option for all of those needs. You've probably heard about this on the news, but we're proud to be an essential food provider. We recognize that role and have increased our focus on safe food production. Our USDA inspected facility is maintaining all of the recommended procedures by the CDC. We focus and work with the local and state health authorities on a regular basis. Here recently, we've intensified our routine cleaning and sanitation protocols. And so we're very confident that what we're providing is a very safe product and purchase for our consumers.
So we have a pretty. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I want you to continue, but I want to add this to our listeners here. We have a very special promo code. If you mention Vegas Steak, you set up a 15% discount right off the bat on any order that is $99 or more. So again, that's Vegas Steak. A 15% discount if you call them with a $99 minimum order. So let me ask you this, Paul. What is the easiest way to order? Do you have a number that people can call? Would you suggest they do it online? Give out both of those if you can so people can do it.
Yep, absolutely. So majority of the people order online. It's probably the easiest way. You can see the full range of products. We think it's the best solution. But we also have a call center that's ready to take your orders. Best place to call is the best number to call is 888-527-8325. So again, 888-527-8325. Our website, kansascitysteaks.com. Both of those options are great for ordering.
I'll tell you what, I'm ready for some dinner tonight. I'm going to be checking out that website right now and ordering me some steaks and getting that 15% discount. Just mentioned Vegas Steak. Paul, is there anything we haven't covered in this interview that you'd like to tell the listeners about the Kansas City Steak Company?
I think you guys have covered it very well. We're very proud. Business has been fantastic here. As more and more people spending time at home, I think they are enjoying steaks at home. They're cooking a lot more at home. We are a great option. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you give it a try. And I think in these times, there's nothing better than a great steak. Summer's here. Now's the time to buy and enjoy the product. We really appreciate being part of your show.
Absolutely. And you know what, Paul? I have one last question for you. I want to know what your personal favorite Kansas City Steak Company steak is.
So that's a tough one. I like a lot of them. But my favorite has always been what we call the Kansas City strip steak. A lot of people out there might know it as the New York strip. We call it the Kansas City strip steak because it was founded and originally named in Kansas City. It's got great marbling. It is full of flavor. It's really kind of a nice beefy steak and one that we're very proud of. So, but they're all great, so whatever fits your need, we've got a great solution.
Sounds good, Paul. I'm ready to eat some of these Kansas City steaks. There's no question about that. Paul Geekus, thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate it, and look forward to working with you again sometime soon. Thanks, Paul.
Very nice talking with you guys today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Paul.